Hey, Vicki Bentley here with HSLDA and Everyday Homemaking. And I do not have a videographer, so we are winging this here today just because I wanted to do a quickie video here to invite you to the NCHEA conference. If you haven't already registered for the NCHEA Homeschool Conference, please make sure that you get that taken care of as soon as possible because I'm really excited about coming out to see you guys in Nebraska. It's not just a homeschool conference, it's really kind of a family conference, like a family expo. So come on out. Whether you've already decided to homeschool, you're looking at your options, you've been homeschooling for 10 years, there's going to be something for everybody. So I'm going to be doing 6 workshops for you. We're going to be talking about getting started. So whether you're just looking ahead to getting started, maybe you've got a toddler, you're thinking ahead, or you've got a kindergartner coming up, or maybe you're making a transition from a conventional school to homeschooling. We'll cover all of those bases for you. So I have homeschooled 17 kiddos. Doesn't make me an expert, it just makes me really experienced and explains my gray hair. But we're going to be talking about some of the things that I've learned over the years, some tips to hopefully help you start off strong. We'll also discuss curriculum options because that's usually tops on everybody's list. Is where do I buy material? How do I decide what's the best fit for my family? There's so many options, I don't know where to start. Then you may also be wondering, how do I do this if I have more than one child? So we'll talk about multi-level teaching, especially some tips for things to be doing with your younger kiddos, maybe your preschoolers and toddlers, while you're trying to work with your older kids as well. We'll be doing a workshop on getting your kids to help at home. That's usually a really biggie for folks because they're thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to stay on top of my house while my kids are in it all day? There's an old saying, cleaning your house while your kids are at home is like brushing your teeth while you're eating Oreos. It's kind of a fruitless effort there. So we're going to be giving you some tips on some systems you can put into place, some different principles you can apply, some practical ideas for you. And I'll have a door prize in that one, so you have to remind me because I may not remember that. We'll talk about juggling life and lesson plans, and I'll be bringing to you 9 principles of juggling and how we can apply those to our lives as homeschool families. Because, you know, this is not about school at home. This is about a lifestyle of learning, and you think you're making an education choice, but it's really kind of a lifestyle choice. So I will give you some tips on how to juggle that, how to balance that. I am not naturally organized. I think it's wonderful when people are born organized and this comes so naturally to them, but these things don't come naturally to me. And so I'm going to be sharing some ideas with you on some of the systems I've found that I've implemented to help me to be able to function as a family while we're homeschooling. We'll also talk about Jumpstart to Joyful Motherhood. And this is a workshop I do pretty much for moms. But the last couple times I've presented this workshop, I've had several dads in there. And at one of the events, one of the dads came up to me afterwards and said, "Where are all the men? Where are all the dads?" And I said, well, with a title like Jumpstart to Joyful Motherhood, we usually have mostly women in here. And he said, but the men need to be here. This has been so valuable for me to hear what my wife is facing each day. Gives me insights into how I can better support her. All of the men need to hear this. And so I thought that was a real blessing. So I just wanted to share those with you. Dads, if you want to come to that one, you're welcome to. Just know that it is geared to the women. So we will be talking about getting started homeschooling. We'll talk about choosing your curriculum, how you make it work when you have more than one child, how you're going to get your kids to help at home and keep your home in somewhat of an order, hopefully. Juggling life and lesson plans at the same time, and how to be a joyful mom. So if you haven't already registered, please hop on and take care of that at NCHEA. And I look forward to seeing you in my workshops because I really just have a heart for sharing practical ideas with you so that you can homeschool with confidence, because I want you to know that you've got this, you can do this.